Mr. Chairman. Mr. Murphy, first of all of you, thank you for being here today and congratulations on your nominations. Mr. Murphy, thank you. I want to share, first of all, a thought that while there are a few things that are universally true in a public service setting, I've always said that give me a quick yes or no, but a long maybe is the worst. And as I look at the you have experience at the NLRB, and as I look at the case backlog in the day, and you referenced this in your testimony, that it's increased to an average of 154 days. And what do you attribute that to? How do we fix it?
There are multiple causes, I suspect. One of them is there was a substantial. Is it on?
Yeah, pull your microphone close.
Okay. There are multiple reasons, I suspect, for that increase. Recently, that would be the loss of a quorum for a period of time. But even predating that, during the past 4 or 5 years, there's been a substantial increase in the number of unfair labor practice charges and filed. They originate in the regional offices, but some of them do percolate up to the board. Also, the board has engaged at times in rulemaking. Rulemaking is an incredibly onerous procedure. We adjudicate most cases rather than have rulemaking, but whenever the board does decide to engage in rulemaking, that can slow down the handling of other cases. The best I can say to you as far as going forward is that we will probably have a lot of what people would refer to as low-hanging fruit available to us, and we can dispose of those cases, hopefully on a unanimous panel basis, as quickly as possible. And then we will try to address the backlog by identifying whatever cases we can move as quickly as possible, hopefully with an emphasis on the oldest pending cases.
Okay, thank you. I would encourage every effort be made to get through those as quickly as possible and give people, the services, the answers that they're seeking on these matters. Bring them to conclusion. Mr. Palmieri, in your role as Assistant Secretary, I want to talk with you about piece of legislation that I have, a bipartisan piece of legislation that would encourage or require the training of personnel to identify, help them better identify signs of human trafficking in the workplace, labor trafficking, and to help law enforcement by using the personnel at the Department of Labor to identify these cases if they see them and turn them over to law enforcement. The scourge of human trafficking, labor trafficking, is widespread in this country, and it's one of the most heartbreaking things that I think occur out there in the deep, dark places of our economy. And I just want your thoughts on, first of all, I'd love to have your support and your commitment that if we get this done, that you will make sure that this is getting implemented. And do you see this as a role that you can play at the Department of Labor?
Thank you very much for the question, Senator. Appreciate your leadership, Senator Hawley's leadership, and many other members of this committee on this critically important issue, and not just trafficking, but also the trafficking of the most vulnerable of children is just a horrific act. And I think, to your point, it's critical that the Department of Labor utilizes all of its resources to be put to the task. As I understand it, the Office of Policy helps to coordinate between the divisions and administrations within the Department of Labor to ensure that we're meeting those both statutorily required objectives, but also the objectives of this administration and the Secretary to ensure that those investigators in the field, the data that we're collecting, every piece of information and evidence that can be put to the task of taking on this challenge is used and available. And I'll certainly make the commitment, sir, if confirmed, that I'll be happy to work with you in your office to ensure that this is being addressed adequately.
Yeah, you have thousands of inspectors out there on the ground every day, inside manufacturing, inside food processing, inside hotel and leisure, restaurants, things like that, and they can be the eyes and ears to help give tips to law enforcement. As law enforcement tells us, it's very hard for them to see these things. And when they get tips, they will pull on the string and unravel the knot, but they need to have that access to that information. Department of Labor is uniquely positioned to be able to help with that. So I appreciate your help. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.